Imagine this, we get Red Dead Redemption 3, and it's actually an origin story to Dutch and his gang. Maybe we get Marston and Abigail when they're young and they join the game. Maybe we get a young Arthur Morgan kid running around. We get Dutch in his prime. Those are the leaks and rumors flying around, and of course, RDR3 is years away. I mean, 2030 probably at the very, very least, and we're talking about it before we even get GTA 6, but it's definitely probably coming. Now, the other rumor, which a lot of people aren't happy about, is that it's going to push out of the Wild West. That plot would be right in the classic golden age of the Wild West. But there's other people saying they're going to push out. 1920s, Prohibition area where we have Tommy guns and gangsters and Model Ts that are kind of mixed with horses still around, but now you have cars. A lot of people aren't excited about that one. So you guys let me know. Do you want to push out of the classic modern, or out of the classic Wild West, or do you want to go back into the peak and maybe do Dutch's origin story? I think most people are probably going to vote for Dutch, but then again, it'd be interesting to see Red Dead in the Prohibition area, but then again, is it really Red Dead at that point? I mean, we probably won't find out till 2030 or later, but it's fun to talk about. Before we dive in, let me catch you up. Rockstar hasn't officially said anything about RDR3. Nothing. Now, one leaker on Twitter even claimed RDR3 is already in the works, likely aiming for around 2030. None of that is confirmed. But it's definitely, the rounds are being made on the leaks and rumors. Now, I've kept my ear to the ground here, and we've got a few things worth discussing to follow up the video we made before. Plus, I want to know where you guys want to go. You were super opinionated last time, so let's see where it goes this time. Let's start with the latest. Multiple insiders claim RDR3 is already quietly in early development behind the scenes, even as Rockstar focuses on the biggest video game launch of all time, GTA 6. One leak even mentioned RDR3 vehicle AI on a developer's profile before it got removed, which that had everyone speculating about cars in Red Dead. Maybe? I don't know. Nothing official. But you guys had some comments on that, and a lot of you said it didn't mean cars, it just meant horses. And then others said it could mean cars, and that means we came out of the Wild West and we got into the 1900s. I know, most of you will agree that Red Dead is a Wild West themed video game. So to come anytime into the future, it wasn't a very popular opinion on the last video. Now, let's talk about what you guys were saying in the comments of the last video. You weighed in on what era we should do. One big idea was that you guys said peak of the Wild West. Think 1870s, 1880s, before the events of RDR2. I guess when outlaws and cowboys kind of roam free and the Wild West truly was untamed. Now that idea got a lot of traction because RDR2 was in 1899. RDR1, 1911. That showed the West dying. Instead of the outlaw era fading, RDR3 could actually show it in full swing. You would have this untamed frontier, you would have boomtowns thriving, outlaw gangs run wild. It would be a classic Western sandbox that most people would probably love to do. Train heists, busy rail lines, shootouts in towns, all that good stuff. Now, no leaks say we definitely go to the 1870s, but it looks like a lot of people want it. Rockstar knows what its fans love. They truly, truly do. I think the Golden Age idea would be pretty awesome to see. It would be the ultimate cowboy experience in the ultimate cowboy game. And right alongside that, a lot of you said on the last video, you want a story centered around a young Dutch van der Linde and his gang in their early days, how they came to be. And I saw comments say, give us Dutch's rise to glory. Let us play through the gang's origins with Arthur as a kid. So imagine, RDR3 focuses on Dutch forming the gang in the early 1880s. So we see how Dutch met all of his friends, all of his members, how he took in a young Arthur Morgan, even how a teenage John Marston and Abigail eventually joined up. You would essentially play through the gang's origin story and learn why they all believed in Dutch so deeply. And it would be a different tone. Dutch in his prime, charismatic, idealistic, versus the jaded man that we saw in RDR2. We could finally witness some legendary jobs that we heard about in RDR2. There was a lot of untold stories from the gang's past, and I know, we all know how things end for Dutch and Arthur, so a prequel isn't going to shock us with their fates, but the journey, it would be good, it would be worth it, especially seeing these characters in a brand new light. And since Dutch's early days happened to be during the golden age of the West, it kind of fits. It's really the best of both worlds. Peak cowboy era and the backstories of the characters we love. Now, let's talk about something big that could be on the horizon for RDR3. There is an idea that they might take us beyond the traditional Wild West. And I know this is the less popular opinion, but I want to cover it for you guys. Even John Marston's actor, Rob Whitehoff, hinted that RDR2 essentially ended the classic Western era. So a future game might have to step outside that box. That got people talking. What if Rockstar sets RDR3 in a much more modern time period? I know, it sounds crazy. Picture this. A Red Dead game that's set in the maybe 1920s, post-World War I, Prohibition era, Wild West, it's basically over. But there's still outlaw stories to tell in the changing America. You would have early cars on the road that would fit and coincide with that leak we talked about. Maybe even Tommy guns in the mix. Basically, Red Dead meets Mafia or Boardwalk Empire. Maybe you play as an older Jack Marston in the 1920s. Navigate a world of gangsters and bootleggers instead of actual cowboys. There'd still be horses. There'd still be some towns out there on the fringes, but the overall vibe would be totally different. Now, I know this would definitely be a gamble. A lot of diehard fans might not be on board when leaving the Old West behind. Heck, they might not, well, they'll say they won't buy the game, but they probably would. But it could also be a bold way to show how times changed and how the last gunslinger struggled to adapt. So just picture this. A horse galloping alongside a Model T car on a dusty road. I mean, that visual alone, I buy into it. And like I said, the vehicle AI leak from the developer's resume, one of the few tangible clues that we actually have hints that we might not be stuck in the 1800s this time. Now, I'm torn personally. Part of me wants the pure old school cowboy action back. Part of me is kind of fascinated by Red Dead in a new era. If anyone can make an outlaw story outside the Old West still feel like Red Dead, I think it's Rockstar. Bottom line is RDR3 could break all the rules and go more modern. If it does, that would be huge. Would that open the door for the next one after that, whatever it may be, to go even more modern? I don't know. Guys, let me know what you think. RDR3 looks like it is probably being quietly worked on. It makes sense. They were working on GTA 6 probably, 8-10 years ago? So they're definitely at least early storyboarding RDR3. I wouldn't expect anything official until after GTA 6, well after GTA 6. We're likely in for a pretty long wait. If I had to bet, I would say that we don't see this game until 2030. That's my best guess. Honestly, with Rockstar, it could be even farther, especially with GTA 6 because GTA 6 is being built to carry for a decade. But then again, I mean, once you get GTA 6 out, you got to make more video games. You're a video game developer studio, right? So we'll see. We'll see. All we can do right now is keep speculating. Will Rockstar take us back to the golden age of the Wild West? Will they let us experience Dutch's early days? I think it's a home run. Or are they going to push Red Dead into this new era with cars, gangsters? At this point, I mean, it's kind of both exciting and torturous for us that really follow this franchise. We'll see. One thing's for sure. Fans, they're going to be ready for RDR3, and Rockstar knows that. We'll get it eventually, and I have a feeling that it will be worth the wait, no matter what shape it actually takes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon.